Hey everybody, so I've got something in the box. Yes, this should be a Penney vintage radio. So we're gonna crack this sucker open and look at all of the O2A goodness that we should have in this particular radio, because that's one of the reasons for getting this, is to get a radio with an O2A PLL. So we don't care about that. We got paper. We got more newspaper. Where is it from? What newspaper is this? Sometimes it's cool to see. This is from August 1st. What newspaper is it? Beats me. It's like the sports section. But anyways, it's the sports section of some newspaper. So here's a radio, and we got a microphone, original microphone, power cord. That's always good. More paper. I guess it's packed okay. I mean, oh wow! I mean, that's actually in phenomenally good condition. You know, that's actually in phenomenally good shape. The pictures don't actually do it any justice. That's actually in phenomenally good condition. It doesn't have any scratches on it. You got the mounting bracket. You got the original microphone. You know, and I didn't really want it for that, but now I kind of feel bad about it because it's in such great shape. You know. The bracket was even put on with those. That one sort of stuck to the bracket, but those rubber spacers. You know, I just want to crack it open. You know, and see what's going on. Let's take these out. I think these have to come out. It's been a while since I opened up a radio like this. You know. Channel selector feels good. Oh, the metal piece that has separated from probably that glue that's on there. Just, you know, it just gave up. So that's gonna have to be glued back down. But if that's the extent of the cosmetic problems, I'm not worried about that one bit. You know, the power cord is one of these 2-pin guys. It looks like it's been bent on a sharp angle for a long time. The cord's a little stiff, but you know, when did they produce these? That's like a Mike question. He'll know. Made in Japan. This is when things were made in Japan. So, anyways, let's get into this sucker and see all the O2A goodness that is in this, because that's what I'm after. I'm after a radio with an O2A PLL. So this should fit the bill, and you know, I'd be able to do some testing. It really is a shame because it's in such good condition. Oh yeah. We definitely got a Cybernet radio for sure. Their radios are unmistakable. And sure enough, PLL, O2A, woohoo! There he is down there in all of his glory. Don't know if that's really visible. But anyways, so that's what I was after, is a radio with an O2A in it. Now, this radio is, wow. I mean, it's spotless. I bet this radio is stock, virgin. It looks like it was hardly used. I mean, yeah, there's a few things that are on there maybe a little dirty, and there's a little scratch on the, very faint scratch, that, and one there a little bit, but it's in phenomenally good shape. So these socketed crystals, no, those are just spaced off the board. Those aren't in sockets. Got a little wax blob down there. yeah, I mean, this is look at the capacitor down here. It's glued in. It's two-sided board. I have not looked at one of these Cybernet radios in forever, decades. So, but everything is in. I mean, it's pristine. I mean, it really is. So, now that I've pulled it apart and confirmed that it has an O2A in it, which, I mean, I was almost positive because, Mike sent me a list of radios with O2As, and then he confirmed it with the SAMs that he has. Still has this wire, original glued with some tape, just taped up there, and I'm not sure what this does. It goes to a light, that's the TX light. But yeah, this radio has never seen work in any way, shape, or form. Never seen any work. It is just as new and as stock as when it rolled off, probably in the very early 80s. So anyways, enough mucking about. Let's turn this sucker on and see what it does. It's an unknown, if it works kind of a thing. Turns on and we got a display. That's always a good thing. And the meter light works too. Oh, the meter light's actually... Oh, it's intermittent. It was intermittent. It was out and then it wasn't. Maybe the bulb's flaky. There's a flaky. I don't know. It's on now. Maybe the filament's dancing around in there. So we got an RF gain, the knob. We got an SWR. We got a squelch. Huh. The display. Oh, that's why it's blinking. This power connector. It wasn't all the way in. Nope. We've got something. Oh, I see what's going on. This, yeah. That's okay. So we got a 2-amp fuse. That's the wrong fuse. That's the wrong fuse. Oh, that's good. No wonder it's going on and off. I'm not gonna be bothered with that right this second. I'm just gonna cheat and do that. I have to go dig a fuse out. But yeah, yeah, okay. So we got tone, high, low, noise blanker, SRF. It's just, this should be a good little AM radio. My understanding of these radios, these J.C. Penney Cybernet radios, is that they were actually very good. I never used one personally, but my understanding was that they, it's a Cybernet radio, so it's actually it's actually a good. It was a good little mobile radio to have. From what I was told many years ago, that they were not bad. So. Let's see. Hello. Oh yeah, this thing's stock. This thing ain't never been touched. So, yeah, 3.5 watts. It ain't never been touched. Never been touched. So, what should I do to it? I mean, I wanna do some mods to it. Do some test some mods on it. I'm going to have to obviously get that front panel. Actually, that's a rather unique way that they did the display on this. I don't know that this is really going to be visible, but that's rather unique. The channel selector, okay, the channel selector is, we have pins on the top and we have pins on the bottom here. So these ones are for the display, hence the board that's on here. We've got some unpopulated components here, probably for dimming or something like that. There was probably a variant of this radio that supported dimming. And then this goes out to the LCD. No, yes, this goes to the LCD. Now the board is, you know, it's got a standoff. I don't know if this is really showing up. In fact, I'm going to have a better camera here very shortly. I think I mentioned that in another video. Down in there, there's a standoff, and there's the shaft for the channel selector, and there's a board that's attached to, and it's an interestingly shaped board, but there's a hole in the middle for the shaft to go through it, and a screw that holds the board to the metal frame, and a standoff that holds the board to the channel selector. So yeah, that actually is a really that channel selector is, you know, nice and tight. I mean, this is just, you know, the pictures truly didn't do this any justice. This thing is immaculate. The only thing that I see that is you know, to be expected is there's a few probably questionable caps. In fact, that one I would say is questionable down in there. It may have leaked, and of that I have no doubt. Another interesting and unique feature about these radios, in case anybody has noticed, is when they built them, they wire wrapped these wires. They're all wire wrapped, every one of them. So I mean, there was a guy in Japan where they made this thing with a wire and zip, and wire wrapped these posts. You know, it's I mean, it really is a thing of beauty to look at one of these radios that is this old. You know, I mean, I could probably do a quick Google search, but I want to say that this was probably a 1982-ish radio. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure this was like when I looked at it, it was around 1982 that this was sold. So that puts it at, you know, around getting on for, you know, closer to 35 years old. And, you know, there isn't even any wear on these knobs. Yeah, it's dirty and, you know, it could use a cleaning, but there's no wear on this. Nothing. I guess I'm just admiring the fact that it is in such good shape, and I'm actually really torn now about hacking into it just because it's such good shape. Anyway, so that's the JC Penney. I guess I gotta do some soul searching and see if I want to actually really do any kind of hardcore mods, because, you know, that's my you know, I'm really just so surprised that this thing is this old and it is in this just absolutely excellent shape. You know, just no dirt in it, nothing. So, and here's the thing that'll make people cry. I paid $25 for this. So, anyways, I think it was $25 well spent. Even if I don't do anything and I put it up on the shelf and, you know, fix the loose faceplate, that's sort of probably a mic question. How do I fix that so that's, you know, reattached? Like, what kind of glue do you use for that? Clearly not hot snot. You know, I want that to obviously sit flush and proper, but anyways, so that's the JC Penney. If I tear into it, I tear into it, but I really don't want to. Anyways, catch you next time.